Hello there once again. I'm Mrs. Mbaya. I'm going to give you our final episode on marriage. So before we go, the last one, we had discussed about how to avoid necessary quarrels in a marriage. That will give you a happy marriage. Avoid quarreling. Now I left you to tell that you want to talk about vices that affect a marriage. Now, vices are negative trends or practices that can affect and break your love or marriage if it is not checked. So there are some practice that you'll do as a wife or a man, and these ones, unless you check them and bring them under control, they can easily break your marriage. Now, the common ones are: 1. Pride. Being proud of everything, and you blow it up and you tell people how good you are, how smart everything is working for you. That one can break your home, because whoever you are discussing with might be undergoing a very hard time. So they'll go and cry to God and say, why is so and so talking about this? You might think you are doing it well, but you are stepping on somebody's toe. So avoid pride. It is very dangerous in a marriage or in a relationship. Secondly is work. Too busy to attend your spouse. You are too busy with the work. You go very early, you come late, you go for weekends, you do all that, you are always up and down. And then when you do that, when you are too good at work, then your home is falling apart. You need to be home, check on how is your husband doing, how are your children, because a home is a mother. I want to address so much on these vices about a mother now. And then the other people, or another vice, is relatives. Relatives come and stay with you, your home is full. You always go to see your relatives. When you are working, you are spending your money on your relatives, and your home is falling apart. That is a vice. Curtail your freedom or their freedom in penetrating your home. The worst one is extramarital practices from one of the spouses. The side chicks, you have another boyfriend, another man friend out the side there. So that one breaks your marriage. And even the Bible says, if there is unfaithfulness in a marriage, then that marriage should end. So try to check out. People will cheat that they love you somebody's husband, they love you somebody's wife. And if you are not careful, your marriage will break. And that man or that woman who is cheating you will now run away from you. Be careful. Friends is a vice. The friends that you had before you got married, and even the ones you are married, who are always coming to you, they are called family friends. You have had many times they are broken families. So even if you have family friends, be very careful. Be sure that they can be able to break your family. They can mislead you, and then you forget about what you should do, and then you fall into their trap, and you just disintegrate your marriage. So be careful with those friends who are with you, because not all of them are happy for your success. Not many of them are happy in your development. Not many of them are happy for raising such a good family. So avoid having them. And finally, avoid discussing your spouse with friends. Avoid discussing your spouse with other people. Many times, young women, when you go for your salon, the discussion you go there is about your husband. My husband has done this, my husband came late, my husband is a drunkard, my husband does not support me, all those stories. And you don't know whom you are sharing with. So don't discuss your husband. Husbands, don't discuss your wives with your friends. Another vice is time. Too much time on social media, too much time on chatting with your friends, too much time with relatives have a negative impact on your relationship. Time. God gives us time. And do you know, we shall be charged by God because of how we spend our time. So pray God to give you a working marriage, and always run away from those negative vices. There are so many. and you know them. Find out which practice do I do that saps all my time, that takes away what I should be doing. And then stop comparing your marriage with somebody else. Maybe your sister is more successful than you. Maybe a neighbor or maybe a colleague is more successful than you. Don't compare your marriage with anybody's, because everybody has his own life. Everybody has his own or her own blessings in marriage. So don't compare your marriage. Now, another topic I want to look at now is about forgiveness in marriage. Forgiveness. Because I told you, no marriage is perfect. There are times there will be hurdles for you to jump. There will be reasons for you to be angry. There are times you have some luck, and there are times when somebody annoys you, but there must be forgiveness. And then, for you to make your marriage work, use the word forgiveness. Forgive me, my husband. Forgive me, my wife. Even your children. That you might do might punish a child who has not even done wrong. It does not cost you anything. Just tell your boy or your daughter, forgive me for doing this. Forgive me, I don't mean to hurt you. And the word forgiveness, it carries a lot. Even if somebody wanted to hurt you, will not be able to punish you. Another thing that you should avoid in marriage is piling up wrongs that lead to divorce. Oh, last year you did this to me. Last week you did this. Now when the time comes for breaking point, now we keep saying, this is what you did, this is what you did, this is what you did. And because of this, then a divorce starts building up. So what you do as a child of God, the Bible encourages us not to let the sun go down on anger. Don't let the sun go down on anger. That is what you should always remember as you bring up your family. So, we shall continue the last episode, a little one, on the same way on marriage.